go. Here we are. Back again. Oh, at almost the exact same time of night. 1:45. Let's see how long it takes me today. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Anybody here last night? I have added an overlay to show you what song I'm listening to. I still can't play the music because I would get in trouble. But if you wanna chill with me and or listen to whatever you like, let's find some good music. Well, this one's hearted, so I must like it. All right, let's do it. Let's answer some emails. I actually saved these emails today. I actually didn't answer emails because I thought I would do this again. So, 64 to go tonight. That's how many I got today in this box anyway. We're going to start up with this question from Brooke Levin, who is asking about getting started with a DJI build. Brooke originally wanted to use the Mavic Air with the DJI FPV goggles, but you can't do that. Brooke says, can I use my Mavic Air 2 controller, or what controller should I get? And I assume get the DJI radio transmitter. You can't use the Mavic Air 2 controller with anything except the Mavic Air 2. I think you could use the DJI controller. It will be the simplest thing to build and set up. I'm not going to steer Brooke towards an OpenTX controller. Just feels like the right product for Brooke is... I mean, Brooke's original question was, can I use the DJI FPV goggles with my Mavic Air? So I think we're going to steer Brooke towards the DJI controller. Boom. Done. Jason Bierschwala. I value your... Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Wish you guys could hear this. Zach Silvestri, the button doesn't work at all. The button must be broken. The Pro 32 Nano has pads on the side that you used to solder a button to. I think there are duplicate pads for the button, and touching them together can emulate the button. You can try that. It's literally the side of the Pro 32 Nano. Jason Bierschwala, Mr. Josh, sir, I value your opinions and knowledge on quad FPV related subjects. So when the subject came up, I had to come to you for information. I have a FreeSky Tyrannus X90R Plus I bought 4 years ago. I'm beginning a freestyle build. I have to turn the music down. If you guys can't hear the music, then I can't just like vibe to the music with you. FreeSky Tyrannus X90R that I bought several years ago. I'm beginning a freestyle build based on your suggestions. What receiver should I use? TBS Crossfire? I have some questions regarding TBS Crossfire. What is TBS Crossfire? Do I need it on a freestyle quad? Will TBS Crossfire work with my Tyrannus? Could you do an info dump on a Crossfire install it? And is it worth having? Hi, Jason. TBS Crossfire is a long distance control link using 900 megahertz frequencies. Even if you don't fly long distance and only fly freestyle at shorter distances of, say, 2 kilometers or less, Crossfire is still very desirable because it basically means you don't have to think about fail-safing at all. It also is very easy to set up and has low latency. There are other control links out there with similar characteristics, including TBS Tracer and Immersion RC Ghost. If you can afford it, I highly recommend this type of control link instead of traditional 2.4 gigahertz control links. Okay. Crossfire will work with your Tyrannus. Crossfire setup guide. I have a video. Here is my Crossfire setup guide video. You would want the Crossfire Micro V2 starter kit. Let's get him a link. Get FPV. Crossfire Micro TX V2 starter set. And yeah, it's going to be an affiliate link because of course it is. And we'll paste that in there. Here's a link where you can buy it. Well, Bierschwala, he may not be in the US, but anyway. With a name like Bierschwala, he may not be in the US. Okay, there we go. I received $10 from somebody. Yay, $10. I like money. Mike J, I did a video about downgrading the DJI V2 goggles to switch them to Vista mode. You might want to do a video on it. I did a video on it. You missed it. Oh well. Life goes on. DJI Pete's Gmail says, I've tried hooking up my FPV goggles V2 to the smart controller. It just stays black and has a small subtitle saying live video feed. Is that a firmware issue? Or is it just for the air unit and not for the drone? Hi, Pete. I believe the smart controller currently works only with the air unit and Vista, not the FPV drone. To get video out from the FPV drone, plug in USB from the goggles to your phone and start the DJI Fly app. You can use the USB OTG adapter that came with an adapter and the USB cable that came with your phone, with your goggles. Thank you, Zach Kegley for a $5 super chat. Oh, let me bring the super chats up. Shout out for the VD team. JB versus Ciati this Sunday. I think so. Ciati had to back out last Sunday, but I think he's on for this Sunday. Well, we got some. OneDrive is still running. Let me pause OneDrive. So stream is hanging in there, but all right. JB, I just bought your F7 Race Day Quads combo. Nice logical board, easy to work with. Should I stick with 420? Hi, Stuart. I would update to the latest version of Betaflight before installing a fresh flight controller. Not like you're going to lose any configuration details, right? Boom, done. The Z-Tag laser kits are available for purchase. Maybe that's news. I'll forward that to Blunty. That could be news. Z-Tag domination mode. Okay, here's more news. All right, whatever. I'll forward it to Blunty. He'll figure it out. Whether it's news or not. Boom, done. FPV frame innovation from Ivan Chisnakov. I know you're very busy. I'll be brief. I'm an inventive teenager hoping to improve FPV. Potentially start a company. I was thinking about the next step for frames. Titanium is an ideal. I agree. I was out of ideas. I came across an interesting material. Have you heard of Line-X? Line-X and other spray-on bed liners seem to promise extreme impact resistance and strength. I was wondering, do you think there would be any benefit of using Line-X to spray a frame? Oh, I think it would add a shitload of weight. Hi, Ivan. I think spraying a frame with Line-X would be a great idea for a YouTube video, but I am skeptical that it would make the frame better. I think it would add a ton of weight. carbon fiber frame. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it would add a ton of weight. Linux quadcopter frame. Remember when everybody was Linuxing everything on Oh, what happened? Where'd my Spotify source go? Hey, where'd my Spotify source go? Oh, there we go. I minimized the window. Okay. There we go. Came back. All right, where are you guys? Where'd you guys go? There we go. Yeah, at least he's trying. What made me decide to start a late night stream, Hercules? I was answering emails, and I thought it would be more fun if I had some company. That's it. I usually try to clear my inbox before I go to bed. Just every day. Every day I do this. The last thing I do before I go to bed is try to clear my inbox. Sometimes it's at 11, sometimes it's at 2. That's just how it is. Oh, we're making some progress. I don't know. So Stefan Quas is having issues with his RQLY on his radio reading wrong. I told him to delete and rediscover telemetry sensors, and that actually fixed the problem, but now his widget is not showing the right value. Hi, Stefan. The widget pulls data from the same telemetry source as the telemetry screen. So my best guess is the widget is not set to show the correct sensor. Like it's accidentally showing TQLY instead of RQLY. I don't know. Try, delete, and He created a new model. Yeah, well, I don't think the widgets can be scaled separately. I'm glad we fixed the issue, though, by deleting it. Is there a Spotify link? Long dollar bill. Yes, there is. Hold on, I'll get you the Spotify link. I'm pretty sure I'm listening to Daily Mix 4 right now. Here's the Spotify link for the playlist if you would like to listen along. I can't obviously stream the music or I'll get in trouble. You can, if you have Spotify, you can go check that out. Steve Blazewick has an ESC issue. I've always felt concerned about my power lead soldering. Today my fear was realized. I was on my 4th pack with no issue, just cruising out to the center of a field when I lost video, thanks to a powered buzzer. Thank goodness for that. I found my quad. Buzzer beeping with the battery still plugged in. I picked it up and disconnected the battery. I could see the ground lead to the XT60 had become detached from the ESC. It happened months ago after a bad crash. I reattached it without an issue. I've been flying without an incident ever since. I resoldered it. It looked fine until I did a continuity test, and I had continuity between power and ground. She did. Even after I've completely removed the battery leads, I have continuity between power and ground. She did. Did I kill my ESC? She did, man. If you have desoldered everything and you still have continuity from power to ground, you killed it. Hi, Steve. If you have desoldered everything and you still have continuity from power to ground, I think the ESC is damaged internally and has to be replaced. As for why the wires are coming off, did you say the wires are coming off in flight? The ground had become detached. That has to be an issue with your solder technique or your equipment. That just shouldn't be possible if the solder joint is sound. Unfortunately, I would love to be able to give him a tip. See, I always try and make sure that every email contains one piece of useful information or one good suggestion. So I would love to tell him what he was doing wrong, but unfortunately, without seeing the original joint, it's hard to suggest why it might have failed. Suggest what you could have done differently to fix it. Yeah. Oh, Ronale Kamara is watching my feed right now. Thank you, Ronale. 57 to go. Jason Bierschwala, thank you for the $20 super chat. And if you're Yeah, thanks for the 20. I just answered his email, so now he's super chatting me. Good. James Johnson, thank you for my answer from last night. Boom. Done. I'm upgrading. Fernando Federico is upgrading the outdated CC3D flight controller. What do you recommend I upgrade with? And should I keep my Luminaire motors? Hi, Fernando. My website, www.fpvknowitall.com, contains all my product suggestions. Please check it out. There you go. Done. That's why I made the website. Larry DiGiovanni can't get Betaflight Lua scripts to compile on his TX16S. I updated OpenTX 2.3.11 and the radio is working fine. I added a Lua script. It tells me a file is missing. Ouch. Load script compile, error, file not found. So you've installed the Lua script wrong. Yeah, you've installed the Lua script wrong somehow. Compile scripts Lua, yeah. Hi, Larry. I think you've installed the Lua script wrong somehow. Like you didn't move all the files from the zip file to your SD card, or you put some of the files in the wrong place. I'm not sure how to go more than that. Maybe ask to see the scripts folder. Where does the Betaflight Lua script go? I have Tyrannus backups. Radio Master backup. SD card. Oh, it's empty. Crap. SD card. There we go. So is it in scripts, BF, and then it's also in... Where is it? Where else is it? It's in scripts BF, but where else is it? There's somewhere else it goes. Scripts wizard. No. Tools? I don't know. I don't know where it's supposed to go. I could just download the Betaflight script and I would see. Have I got a tutorial showing how to install it? I'm not sure. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'd like to be more helpful, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. Alex has a Diatone Roma F5, and I said in the review that the receiver powers when it's connected to the computer through USB. His doesn't. Hi, Alex. I think they put different FC on the DJI version of the Roma versus the analog version of the Roma. I'm going to guess that's what's going on here. If the FC is not powering the receiver from USB, there probably isn't a way to rewire it to make that happen. The FC probably just doesn't support it. Yeah. Bean time. Here's a good introduction to OpenTX. That's a good start. So you may just have to plug in a battery if you want. Wait, why not? What controller do you have? What controller does he have? Do you have? Can you not just plug it into the PC directly? There we go. That's a good way to end that one. Oh, Thingiverse account verification. Yeah, let me just get right on that. Let me just get right on verifying this random email that someone... Yeah, let me get right on... I will not be clicking this link. Have you talked with Tyler at Race Day Quads about the FAA lawsuit? Thank you for $10, Nick Hessen. I'll be interviewing him soon for an episode. Cloaked FPV, the Immersion RC LZR diversity would extend the range of your goggles significantly to the front, but it would decrease the range to the rear. Mike Bowshirt, I'm happy to watch your videos, surely learning something every day. On the question for which I've not been able to find an answer is the following. In the Betaflight resource remapping in-depth tutorial, you explain remapping resources on an Omnibus F7 flight controller. I don't have an F7, I have an F4, and it's loaded with pads, which many have no printed indication of what they are. Is there a way to find out which resource they're mapped to, and if I could remap some resource to these pads? Hi, Mike. If you really want to go down that route, the thing to do is to use continuity test mode of a multimeter to find out which pin on the MCU is connected to the unmarked pad in question. Then download the data sheet for the MCU, which will have a pinout diagram. That will tell you the pin number for that pin, such as A01, B02, etc. Then you can go into Betaflight resource remapping and try to assign that pin to a resource. It's a long shot, and it probably won't work, but hey, what have you got to lose? Done. 52 to go. Nazgul 5 HD XL Nebula Pro Crossfire. And I know this may be a bit to ask. I am willing to pay or donate for the help and time of yours, says Peter Novak. I'm really having issues to fix my Nazgul. I was trying to connect the iFlight Naked GoPro to the flight controller. In Betaflight, I switched on one of the UART ports. That's where things started to act weird. It wouldn't bind to my radio. I downloaded the default CLI and restored factory settings. And now things are a lot worse. The motors don't spin anymore. The beeper is not working. The motors are spinning. Oh my god. What have you done? D-Shot 300. Shit. I was hoping that he had the wrong motor protocol. Oh my god. What have you done? What should you do with it now? Oh man. What a mess. What a mess. What did you download? Did you download the wrong... You downloaded the wrong CLI dump, didn't you? Nazgul 5 HD Successy F4 version. Read me first. Please make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah. Nazgul 5 HD. Why do your motors... You've got 100% errors. He's got 100% errors in his motors tab, and he has bidirectional D-Shot enabled. So I'm going to tell him... So here's the deal. In a situation like this, he's got a big, complicated problem. His whole quad is screwed up. I'm not going to try and solve that problem all at once. I'm going to try and move one step towards solving the problem. That's my approach. Because I could just drive myself crazy and overwhelm him with information trying to solve his whole problem. So here's what I'm going to respond. Hi, Peter. Very sorry to hear you're having this problem with your new quad. It's got to be really frustrating. So a little personal touch, you know, sucks, dude. Try and not just focus on the problem and like sound really impersonal. The first thing I would have you do is go into the configuration tab and turn off bidirectional D-Shot. I see in the motors, so don't just tell him to do it. Tell him why. Give him a little more information. I see in the motors tab that you have 100% errors. This suggests the ESC doesn't support bidirectional D-Shot, and so that is why your motors don't spin or beep right. But there's possibly a bigger issue here. If you downloaded the config dump and it had bidirectional D-Shot enabled, but your quad doesn't support bidirectional D-Shot, then could you have downloaded the wrong config dump And that's why nothing else works either. Okay. So now we've given him a suggestion. That's a thing he can do to try to get closer to working. And then also maybe touched on the larger issue. Okay, well, it doesn't change anything, Alex. It just isn't supported. It doesn't change anything. Yeah. JBF7 is having issues, says Stuart Wilhoit. Did you see the comments mentioning powering the ESC? Oh, fuck. You're right. He could have... Oh, that's a good point. He may not have the ESC plugged in. Damn. I can't take this back either, can I? It's too late. Oh, good point. Wow. Late night questions and answers. Hey, Peter. One thing, though. Was the ESC plugged in when you took those screenshots? If not, that would explain the 100% errors. Very good point. Thank you, chat. Sorry, it's a late night stream. You're gonna get cussing. Yeah. All right. Good point, chat. Thank you very much. Long Dollar Bill, thanks for a $5 super chat. All right, here we go. Stuart Wilhoit is having issues. I'm having one issue. The second set of beeps takes 30 seconds. Yeah. Hi, Stuart. That happens on the JBF7. I don't know why. 30 seconds is too long. 30 seconds is too long for the second set of beeps. Can you contact support at racedayquads.com and see if they agree? They may be willing to replace the FC. Yeah, the JBF7, I don't know. iFlight doesn't seem to know either. Why the second set of beeps, the initialization seems to take a long time. It may have something to do with the I2C bus. But 30 seconds. It usually takes 5 or 10 seconds, which is still too long. But 30 seconds is way too long. Scott Abramacek has a suggestion for my 26 tips. Yeah, interesting. I'll put that away. That's a video I'm working on. 51 to go. Kevin Dobson, I just upgraded my Xylo Bardwell edition to HD with a Vista Nebula Pro. Followed your build video to a T. I've got video. The quad flies like it did before, but I have no OSD, and the Vista is not recognizing that I've armed the quad and is stuck in low power mode. Oh. Well, you probably just reverse the wires, Scott. But I don't know. Okay. Soldered the RX to the TX and the TX to the RX. That is correct. Hi, Scott. The way serial connections are usually done is TX on one device goes to RX on the other. It makes sense. You talk, I hear. Can you double check that you soldered it up this way? That would explain why you don't have OSD. I'm going to have him check the wiring first. So I'm not going to give him 5 things to check. I'm going to have him check the wiring first. He'll get back to me, and then we'll try the next thing. Custom OSD is a good choice, sure. Race Day Quads is suing the FAA. Fine. Hi, I am Tony. I am 14, but I want to get into FPV. I have around $500 to $700. Wow, Tony's doing good for a 14-year-old. Can't find any goggles for $200 that fit my needs. Yep. I knew you have a lot of them, so I wanted to ask if you were going to sell some. Oh, ouch. That's, no. I don't have any goggles for sale right now. I would steer you towards the, Sky Zone Cobra X if your budget is $200. Done. K Marco is trying to size a power supply for their charger. They have an M4 AC 30-watt charger. Oh. Can I buy an XT60 to XT30? Yeah. XT60 to XT30. What's the charger? M4 AC 30 watt? What is that? Toolkit RC M4 AC. Oh, it's that little one. I remember. Yeah. Yep. Yep, either of those adapters would work. Should probably click the frickin' link to make sure I'm not telling him the wrong thing. Yeah, XT60 to XT30, not that. Yeah, either of those adapters would work. Done. Choosing a motor for a 6-inch quad. Can you tell me if the new Zing 2604 motors are good for a 6-inch quad? I like the look of the motors. I'll choose 1650 kV and a 6S battery. It'll be a very light. Yeah, that seems great. That seems really good. Wait, 2207 motor has 2659 cubic millimeters. This motor is 2122. What? How can a 2604 be that small? 2306, 2604. Oh, I see. Interesting. I feel like that motor is going to be fine. What do you think, chat? 2604, it's a smaller motor. It's about 2100 cubic millimeters versus a 2207 motor, which is 2600. I can't believe it's that much bigger. Is it that much bigger? It feels like that 2604 motor would be fine for a 6-inch prop. I guess I shouldn't, like, promise. All right, I'll just tell him the truth. Hi, Pablo. It seems to me like that motor would be okay on 6-inch props. The larger diameter stator gives it more torque than the 2207, even though it has a smaller volume. So I'm talking out my ass here a little bit. That motor is sized very similar to the FPV Cycle 5-inch motor, which is absolutely what am I trying to say? Which is more than enough for 5-inch and could handle 6-inch easily. All right, we'll leave it at that. Mr. Mirek wants to tell me about an issue with his jumper T-light. The Chinese did not put the glue to the gimbal wires and it disconnected, but a solder helped. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully that is not indicative of a wider problem. Thank you, JC Kaiser, for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the educational content. Been watching your channel for a couple weeks now. Just bought my first radio, the Radio Master TX16S Hall. Awesome. That's a great radio. That's my go-to. TinyHawk 2S freestyle issue from AB. 45 emails to go. I'm a regular viewer of your videos. You're truly a lifesaver for all of us noobs out here. I'm having an issue with my TinyHawk where it flies to the right when I pitch forward and to the left when I pitch backward. When I view the accelerometer tab, it shows up there. I have no clue what's going on. How have you built a quadcopter with the flight controller not accelerometer tab? So that means it's not a receiver issue. If it's doing it in the setup tab, it's not. Wait, no. He must mean. He says the accelerometer tab. That has to be the setup tab. So it's not a receiver issue. How has he built a quad with the flight controller not facing forward and it doesn't flip out? Hi, AB. Here are some things you need to check. I'm not sure how you have built a quad with the FC misaligned and somehow it still flies, which must mean you also misaligned the motors, which is pretty impressive. But bottom line, you have to check these things. And then I have a, what are you doing? I have a frickin', stop. I have a copy paste that I do, which tells him to check his board alignment and motor wiring. Yeah, so that's what he needs to check, Is the board... Go away, Premiere. I don't know why you showed up to this party. So he needs to check his flight controller alignment and his motor mapping. Okay. All right. There we go. Wait. It can't be the mapping. He says it happens in the accelerometer tab. Wait a second. Tiny Hawk 2S freestyle. You guys think it's a mapping? Oh, you're right. It's the Tiny Hawk 2S, so it can't be that. No. He says it's the accelerometer tab, though. Yeah, it was a pre-built. That's a good point. All right, let's get back to him. Okay, let's do this. One more thought. Since it's a pre-built, presumably the alignment of the FC and motors is correct. So maybe when you said the accelerometer tab shows wrong movement, you meant the 3D model in the receiver tab? In that case, it's an issue of channel mapping. In the receiver tab, rearrange the TAER 1, 2, 3, 4 letters to change the controls around. So, for example, to swap, he says he needs to swap pitch and roll. Pitch and roll, change it from TAER 1, 2, 3, 4 to pitch and roll. That would be TEAR 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. If I got a Joshua Bardwell 120 drone channel mapping, yeah. Here's a video that shows how to do it. Here's a video that shows how to do it. Okay. Good point, chat. Thanks for helping. David Erpelding is trying to get his RxSR working. He reflashed the receiver and the transmitter and it worked. The RxSR is back to life. He's still having a throttle issue. Motor twitches and chirps but does not respond to throttle. Okay. But he's got his receiver working. We have made a step. So, motor twitches and chirps but does not respond to throttle. If the motor twitches and chirps but does not respond to the throttle, restate the problem. I would go to the motors tab and see if the motors spin smoothly using the sliders in the motors tab first. That's the next thing I would do. Orchestra Nation has a question about ISDT. When my batteries are fully charged, do I leave it plugged in till the 2 beeps or do I unplug right after 1? I think what he means is the balancing. Leave it plugged in until the charge cycle finishes completely so that the balancing function can occur. This is very important for safety. See, I don't know what he means by 2 beeps or 1 beep. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just going to say leave it plugged in until the charge cycle finishes completely. Very important. Thank you, Sean, for a $5 super chat. That guy Carlos wins at life. Thanks for $5 Canadian. What's the source for 2mm C-clips for motor bells? I threw a bell. I can't find anything with giant multi-packs. I would have to. You should go back to the motor manufacturer, or maybe like Race Day Quads or Pyrodrone would have something. I would try to go back to the motor manufacturer to get the right C-clip. Thank you from Mark Dibble to a previous question. Boom. 44. Crashed my quad in the street and it jacked one of my motors, says Joshua Brown. Is there a good replacement set of motors that will work with this quad? The Tyro 119. Hi, Joshua. Can you get replacement motors? I mean, I don't know why you would buy those same motors again. Yeah, 24 so. Okay. Is that clockwise and counterclockwise? So thank you, Iyashin. That's fantastic. Is it for sale on Banggood? Is it actually? Oh my god, it is, and it's in stock. Well, frick me. Hi, Joshua. Here is a link to that exact motor if you want to buy it again. Let's suggest him a better motor. How about the Emax Eco 2? They don't have a 2407. They have a 2807. That's a lot bigger motor. He could just use a 2306 for gosh sakes. It's the 119. He could just use a 2306. What's a good 2407 motor? He doesn't need a Co-Nasty. No, see, he doesn't need a $25 motor for his stupid Tyro 119. So just going to tell him to get an Emax Eco. Also recommend the Emax Eco 2306. Catalyst Machine Works 2407. How much is it? It's a 20. No, I don't think they have that exact one. Emax Eco 2. Thank you for that. Emax 20. Eco 2 2306. What KV should he get? Emax Eco 2 2306. That's a freaking $12 motor. What a steal. Richard Steele, your ProTech 2.5 is on fire. Contact iFlight about their warranty. That's the bottom line. iFlightRC.freshdesk.com or whatever. There it is. Choose option below. KV, he should get what battery voltage? I guess he didn't say his battery voltage. So I don't know what KV to suggest him. Okay. I do not know what or where the motors tab is. Have you connected to the flight controller in Betaflight before? Where are we at? Where are we at here, David? He's working in his radio. Maybe he's never connected in Betaflight. Okay. Marcel at audiotraffic.de. I made some edits. I ain't clicking that link. This is a person who signed up for my newsletter, and he replied, I've made some edits. Please check. It's a OneDrive link and a password. I ain't clicking that link. I could kick this guy off my freaking email list, too. This guy got spammed. He got virused. No, sir. Steve Wilson says, did you try the SpeedyBee app with your Roma? I got it connected, but it bombed out when I selected one of the Betaflight tabs. Hi, Steve. I did test that SpeedyBee was working, although I didn't use it extensively. Yeah. It sounds like your flight controller is having an issue that mine didn't. Yeah, anyway. Can you use a 4S battery with a 6S build? Yes, Hobblicious, you can. It'll just fly slower. Here's some promo content for the Boston Drone Film Festival this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be on a panel with the Boston Drone Film Festival. We'll put that on my tasks list. So I got to post some of these promo things. How do I tasks? There we go. Kyle K, I'm not going to reply to him and tell him he's been hacked. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get involved. he could be I'm just not going to get involved. I have 40 more emails to go, so I'm just not going to like touch that. I'm just going to delete it and move on. Yeah. Scott Abramacek. Good old Scott Abramacek. Hi, Josh. I'm going to attach a 22-second video of what happens when I plug the air unit into my flight controller. The flight controller has an HD plug. It's a T-motor. I only used RxTX power and ground. It only stopped working when I plugged the wire from the flight controller into the air unit. All right, let's see what happens to Scott. Oh, it's because you're using a freaking smoke stopper, Scott. Your smoke stopper is just... No, come on. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, easy peasy. No. Okay, Scott. Very common mistake. Hi, Scott. You're having a very common point of confusion about smoke stoppers. The smoke stopper trips whenever current flows. Current could be flowing because of a short, in which case the smoke stopper would save you. But current can also flow during normal operation. That V-Fly smoke stopper has a maximum current limit of 2 amps. What's happening is that the air unit is pulling enough current to put you over the 2 amp threshold. Most likely there is no problem. There is no problem. Yeah, done. Easy peasy. Just reading the chat here, guys. Thank you, Captain Sinep, for €5. I got the Maytech F722 SE and a 2 4-in-1 T-Motor Pacer P50 ESCs for an X8. Is telemetry or current from only one ESC enough? No, Captain Sinep, that's a very interesting question. You basically can't get current sensing in that setup. What you would need to do is get a discrete current sensor that connects to your battery plug. And sense current at the battery plug. You can get aftermarket 3.3 volt analog current sensors and solder them to your XT90 or whatever it is you're using. You would not be able to use ESC you could use ESC telemetry because it does pull the ESCs, but it wouldn't have any useful information, so you're out of luck there. Yeah. You're out of luck. If you could hook up current sensing to one ESC, but you only get half the current, so that's no good. Yeah. What ISDT charger do you use? I'm looking for a great field and at-home charger, says Seth Saguibo. How do you charge batteries at the field? Hi, Seth. You can find all my product recommendations at my website, www.fpknowitall.com, including a section on chargers, period. My go-to charger is the Hoda/HobbyMate D6 Duo. ISDT are also very good, though. As for field charging, I like to charge off my car alternator. I don't like to carry a separate battery or generator for charging. Yeah. So let's see. RQLY 55%. Does the widget have its own scale? I don't think so. I don't think so. You just set the widget up and you point it at the frickin'... You pointed at the freaking telemetry sensor and it works. Where is the... Oh, wait. I have to load the model. Model select. Crossfire. Select model. Okay, fine. So let's do a new widget. Page. Tele. Set up widgets. So he's got his widget on top of the screen. Top bar. There we go. No. Layout, main view, top bar, set up widgets. No. Where's the damn top bar? Hello? Where's the top bar? Top bar, setup. There we go. Okay, so we're going to add a widget. We want a value. And the source is going to be... There's no scale. I have no idea what you're doing, dude. I have no idea. I really have no idea. There's no scale, though. Okay, I'm lost. I have no idea. I have no idea. I just double-checked on my radio, and there is no scaling or anything when adding a widget. Set it to value and select the telemetry sensor. So I don't see how it's possible for the widget to read differently from the telemetry screen. I mean, yeah. I don't see how it's possible. Oh, David Appelding doesn't have a flight controller at all. Oh, I see. Wow. How are you connecting? How are you connecting the receiver to the ESC? What receiver have you got? Weird. Oh, it's the RxSR. How are you connecting the receiver to the ESC? The RxSR doesn't output the PWM signal that a typical ESC would expect to see. So I don't know. I think we're homing in on a bigger problem here, David. That explains why you didn't know what the motors tab was. 39 messages to go. Just ordered the DJI FPV goggles V2. The seller sent me one from the DJI combo. I can activate it with the drone. Will I be able to bind it to Air Unit or Vista Nebula Pro? Hi, Paul. Assuming you are able to activate the goggles, yes, they will work 100% with the Air Unit and Vista, etc. Boom, easy peasy. This is Scott from Kenya, who we were talking to last night. We're checking his ports tab. Oh, I fixed it. You were right on. It flies right now. Whatever. I think he had the wrong UART. Yeah. Woot. Great. I love it. We solved it. He had the wrong UART selected. A guy in Kenya is now flying a drone thanks to us. Great. Boom. 37 to go. Raul Zool. Hey man, love your stuff. Want to know what's the color name of the purple Fat Shark goggles in your live stream thumbnail and what finish? Hi, Raul. That is a guy I know who does custom Cerakote coating on RC stuff. I can pass you his info if you want, but it's like $80 to get them done, and you have to install the shell yourself. What's a good first FPV drone do you recommend? Looking to get one. Do you want to build it yourself or buy it pre-built? How about you look at my website? I just sent you to my website. Hey, what charger should I get? Here's my website. Hey, what quad should I get? It's the same answer. Okay, no, but I'll be cool. I'll be cool. C. Lynch, 35 messages to go. Stop. Dylan Jonathan, you are fired. What are you doing? What are you doing? I saw that one message and I thought it was something to do with the conversation. What are you doing? Is he saying anything related to FPV at all? Should we just ban him from the channel? Is he saying anything? Dylan Jonathan, say something about FPV. Or you're going to get banned from the channel. You have like 5 minutes. Chat, keep an eye out. C. Lynch. Hi, Josh. Love the content you provide. I'm new to FPV. And I'm in the middle of building my first 5-inch quad. I ordered half a dozen Z batteries, and a toolkit or CM4Q charger. I tried charging a battery, all was going well. The battery got to 14.2 volts, and I kept getting an error that the balance and charge voltage had a mismatch. I don't know if this is typical or no. Hi, Chris. All right, he's fired then. He is out of here. Ready? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Dylan Jonathan, you are hide user on this channel. We'll never see him again. Hi, Chris. Anytime a LiPo charger throws an error, pay close attention. Do not dismiss it. LiPo fires are no joke. My guess is that the M4Q charger, is that the crappy one? Has a defect or a miscalibration. I would be trying to exchange it. To be honest, was the M4Q the bad one? Joshua Bardwell M4Q. What did I say about the M4Q? Oh, no, that's the M4Q. That's not the bad one. Okay. Okay. A working one. We'll leave it at that. 38. Oh, wait, the number's gone up. It doesn't matter. He doesn't know whether he wants to build it himself or buy it pre-built. Okay. Well, if you're serious. Beginner build. Where's my beginner build? Okay, great. Buy this one. I would suggest starting with a build it yourself so you know how it goes together and how to repair it. Here's my kit that I made a tutorial for. Great. Done. The receiver is connected to the BEC off the ESC. Yeah, but the signal wire. Yeah, but the signal wire. You can't connect an RxSR directly to an ESC. Afaf Prince wants to know my opinion on the SkyZone Sky 020. Has an OLED screen. Would you do a review on it? Hi, Afaf. I have that goggle, but I haven't had a chance to review it yet, so I can't comment right now. John Smith is GPS. Can't arm because of GPS. He typed status in the CLI. And status, yeah, RX lost GPS RPM filter. No, the GPS, my guess is the GPS is not detecting sats because you're indoors. Is that right? The other ones will probably go away once you plug in the battery and disconnect from USB. Oh, in the Betaflight failsafe, damn it, failsafe tab, you can enable an option that allows arming arming without GPS fix, but return to home won't work. Okay. Chris Halleck says, I'm watching your late night email answering video. I saw Jared was having issues binding his receiver to his new Xylo build. I had the same issues. I have the RXSR and an older, Tyrannus. The RXSR ships with Access firmware loaded. I've tried to confirm that, but Blunty bought an RXSR and it did not have Access firmware. It sounds like some RXSRs are coming with Access. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Chris Halleck. I'll keep that in mind. Ronit Ravi, 33 messages to go. I was just wondering if once I had programmed everything on Betaflight and my drone was ready, if I want to change the frame, would I need to rebind the receiver or reprogram the motors? You would not have to do that. You can replace the whole frame and the electronics pretty much won't care. Yeah, great. Easy peasy. Joshua Brown's quad is running great. Done. Solved his problem. 30 to go. Can I use this connector with a left-handed antenna for a Caddx Vista? What connector? What, is there a picture attached? There's no picture. What connector, Ed? Okay, done. Done. Binding 2 senders with 1 receiver. What are we doing here? Okay, I don't want to watch that right now. We'll save that for later. That's not a question. Robert Newton. Thank you for your help. I'm going to replace the flight controller. Okay, great. I told him to replace the flight controller. He's going to do that. Cyclone FPV helps his customers. He was having trouble with DJI V2 goggles and binding air units. He took apart a DJI FPV drone to ship just the guts and battery around to people having problems. Are you kidding me? Cyclone FPV gutted a DJI drone so they could ship it around so people could activate their freaking goggles. That's going in the news. Wow. Cyclone FPV, big shout out. This person is annoyed at me that I said you could throw lipos away instead of recycling them. And then there's some more, it's a blog in German about his introduction to FPV, but I'm probably going to read that later. Lucas Celeste says, thanks for the help, JB. Unfortunately, that didn't work. Darn. This is the guy whose configurator was not letting him move OSD elements. I posted this question to a few subreddits. Someone there suggested I plug the battery in as well while I'm trying to reposition everything. That fixed it. I've never seen that, but interesting. Hi, Lucas. On some flight controllers, Betaflight won't. On recent versions of Betaflight won't activate the OSD functionality if the battery isn't plugged in before you plug in USB. But I have never seen that stop you dragging around the OSD elements. Just updating the font on the OSD chip. Weird. Thank you for $1 New Zealand dollar 4T. Weird. I'll have to file that away in my mind. I've never seen that before. DJI confusion from insert clever name here. 22 messages to go. I just ordered the V2 goggles, and on the Race Day Quad site, it says if you update to the latest firmware, they won't work with the Vista. That is not true. It does not say that. Does it say that? It does not say that. It really does not say that. It cannot say that. It cannot say that. Please tell me he's just misreading it. No, that is not true. What the frick, race day quads? What the frick? That is not true. How could you do this? That is not true. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to message Tyler right now. Oh my god. What the frick? Hold on. Tyler Brennan. All right. I don't know what the deal is with that. That is not correct. Okay. Thank you, Cosinus 1976 Squad, for €5. Hello, Berlin. I am not sure what's going on there. I have my goggles on the latest firmware and they work fine. I will check with RDQ to see if they know something I don't know. I mean, they may know something I don't know. Maybe they know something I don't know. Mine are working fine. No, you're right, David. You're right that S-Bus out is the signal wire, but the problem is the ESC almost certainly doesn't support an S-Bus signal. It needs a PWM signal, like from a servo-based receiver. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get our signals uncrossed. We're gonna one step at a time, David. Thank you for picking up a broken prop hoodie, FPV Dad. Alex H. Stone, 21 to go. Alex H. Stone says, I just finished building your Xylo Freakstyle HD beginner kit, and the moment I did, it began snowing, so I've been stuck inside flying tiny whoops. I bonked a wall with my Mobula 6 HD and disarmed. When I tried to rearm, I got a flyaway. I opened it up in beta flight and noticed that motors 1 and 4 don't start spinning till half throttle. The other two are behaving normally. Hi, Alex. I mean, on principle, I would at least double check that the motor direction on the ESCs is... No, they would spin backwards. If it was... How could a crashing have changed it to 3D mode? Yeah. If you crashed and then the motors were not spinning smoothly, I would suspect the ESC was damaged. Is that the right take? Is that the right take? I mean, did he fry 2 motors or an ESC? I can't have like changed to 3D mode. He can't have changed to 3D mode, Mike Berg. I thought that too, Mike Bergman. How could it crash have changed him to 3D mode? And the motors would spin backward when he put the sliders back down, which he didn't say. So, I mean, the seems like the most likely take is that he just damaged the ESC in the crash. It seems weird that 2 motors were damaged. 2 outputs were damaged at once, but that seems like the most likely explanation. Yeah, I mean, 2 diagonal motors in a crash. I would guess the ESC. You think the bells have slipped, huh? Has it also happened? What do you mean the bells have slipped? Tell me more. The other possibility is that the motors got damaged. It's tough to say which is more likely. The motors on the Mobula are a little bit fragile. Good suggestion. Try changing one motor from a working position on the quad to a not working position. Just move the plug or buy a spare motor. If changing the motor fixes it, then if changing the motor doesn't fix it, that confirms it's the ESC. I'm not familiar with FPV-24 Bouquet Edwin. Who is FPV-24? All right, 23 messages to go. Somehow the number has gone up. Several 4S LiPos are unbalanced after the first charge. Dean Parks did a charge not balanced. So he tried charging again with balancing. Yeah. Passport Ultra P2 charger. What is that? Okay, so first of all, hi, Dean. The first thing I would say is anytime charging is being the least bit weird, stop using the parallel charge board. Can you excuse me, charge the battery plugged directly into the charger and see if the balance function works correctly? Yeah, that's a good one. Why would you ever charge unbalanced? Good question, Mike. I have no idea. Bouquet Edwin, FPV24 is a German FPV store. I have tried to reach out to European stores in the past to start an affiliate program, and what they tell me is that there's not enough margin in the EU to support an affiliate program. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that message more than once, and so I've given up on trying to get affiliates at European stores. So thank you for asking. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Maybe it's the import taxes that kill him. I don't know. Pierre Eichel, thank you for, sorry, no. Pierre Eichel asks, problem with S-Bus receiver on B-Brain. I got the Savage B with the B-Brain V1. After the receiver came broken from the factory, I hooked up an XM to it, set the UART and the protocol to S-Bus, but I don't have any input on the receiver tab. Is there a known problem with S-Bus receivers on the B-Brain V1? Hi, Pierre. Where on the FC did you solder the signal wire from the XM? S-Bus is an inverted protocol, so it can't just be soldered to any UART RX pad. That's what I'm going to go with. Oh, FPV24 does have an affiliate program. How about that? FPV24. Who is this? Fachhandler für FPV Racing. Oh, wait. This is not going to make any sense. Essenseil? Statik? And Marketing? I don't know. Bei uns findest du eine Reisen Auswahl an FPV-Produkten wie Videodrohnen. I don't know. How am I doing? Wir beraten dich gerne zu allen FPV-Komponenten, die du für den FPV-Sport ben. Oh, yeah. No, why would I switch to English? All right, I'll look into that. Steve Wilson was trying to get his baby tooth working. He hadn't unlocked his VTX. We fixed his problem. It's pretty bad. I don't speak any German. I was just making that up. It was pretty bad. It has to have been bad. Lauren Weisgerber says, I commented twice in your recent micro long range video asking if you know Dave C is working on a nano version of the long range. My comment was nowhere to be found after a few minutes. Did you remove it? No, I didn't remove it. Hi, Lauren. My guess is that you linked to Dave C's video, and the comment was removed by YouTube's automatic moderation algorithm. I didn't remove it. Remove it. Dave is great, and we have covered his nano build on the FPV news. Do you think it was understandable? Damn. Wow. Adam Clark says, I really appreciate you getting back. Thanks for the kudos on the look of the footage. Just a bit of DaVinci Resolve. Oh, he was the one. Yeah. I thought his GoPro was out of focus. All right. I'm going to move on from that one. I got a thank you message from Braden Woodford. Boom. 17 to go. I wanted to reach out and see if you'd be interested. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I get this email. I've gotten this email so many times. Look at this. I'm going to show you guys this. Hold on. Yeah. I get this email so many. I've gotten like 5 times this person has emailed me. Hi, Joshua. I wanted to reach out to see if you would be interested in speaking with Lewis Black. Yes, the comedian? No. CEO of Almonte, an international raw materials development company, to further discuss the ongoing story of demand for lithium batteries and what that means for clean energy mining. Well, just yesterday, the U.S. Department of Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm made mention on The View. Oh, The View, yeah, very austere, esteemed company for me. That the need for those critical... Oh, Terrence Howard went on The View. I am an esteemed company. That go into EV batteries will mean new jobs and blah, 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 blah. Would you like to be part of a marketing push about clean lithium? No, thank you. I'm going to say no to that one. Anyway. No, Sarah, I do not want to interview the fucking CEO of Almonte about lithium, clean lithium. Okay. The quadcopter drifts in the rates tab, but not in the setup tab. No, it means your channels aren't centered. I don't know, dude. He says when he takes off and flies forward and then turns right, it rolls to the left out of nowhere. I hate to ask, could this be an issue of inexperience on the sticks? If you input roll but not yaw, if you input the wrong amounts of roll and yaw, the quad will appear to roll the wrong direction. Is he like... Did he attach some videos? No, I don't think so. All right. Okay. How out of balance are they, Dean Parks? 4.178, 3.8, 3.8, 3.8. What the F? No, your charger is effed up, dude. It's charging the first cell to 4.2 and the others are at 3.8. Holy crap. Dean, what is going on here, dude? Whoa. If the charger is charging cell 1 to 4.2 volts and leaving the other cells at 3.8 volts, something is seriously wrong. The batteries are fine because no cell has gone outside of its safe voltage range. Don't fly them until they're balanced. But seems like your charger is damaged, and I wouldn't use it unless I can't think. Like, the charger should not be doing that. Yeah. 15 messages to go. Mike Bergman, it wouldn't charge on 1S with a balance plug charged in, would it? Could he have set it to 1S? Could he have set it to 1S by accident? Holy crap. Could you have accidentally set the charger to 1S and somehow forced it to charge even though a 4S was plugged in? Yeah, good. Yeah, maybe. How could you? I mean, you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that. Really. Don Friday, 14 messages to go. I purchased a Xylo 5-inch RTF from GetFPV. I received the unit. There were no instructions. Welcome to the hobby, friend. I'm new to FPV. My question is, what do I need to do to set up the transmitter and goggles? Not sure how to proceed from here. I don't know what to do with messages like this. Like, how to proceed from here is such an enormous question. Like, I would point you to a build tutorial, but you already bought the quad. You bought it ready to fly. So what am I going to do? I use the X9 Lite access. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Where's my freaking... I use that same receiver and controller in my build series, so that's what I'm going to refer him to. FPV drone build. Where's my Xylo? Budget build. Where's my beginner build? Is it beginner? Why can I not find this search term? What's my problem? Did I say budget build? What did I call it? No. There it is. Part 1. So he doesn't need part 1 because he's already got it built. Part 2. That's where I'm going to send him. Okay. Copy link address. There is a lot to learn before you get into the air. Can I suggest you check out this tutorial series I made? It's not for your exact quadcopter, but it does use the same receiver and controller you have. So I think it will get you going the right direction. That's tough, man. No, that wouldn't cause it. The cells should not have, never have been that out of balance. Mike Wagner wants to know about TBS Tracer Ludicrous mode. Hi, Mike. There is a guy on YouTube who does range tests, and he got over 20 kilometers on Tracer Ludicrous mode. I haven't gone that far myself, but it seems like it's okay. Do you know of any 20 by 20 FCs that support 8 motor outputs? Chat? Mitch Palmer wants to know. 15 questions. Somehow 16 questions to go. 20 by 20 flight controllers that have 8 motor outputs? I don't think so. Thank you, Ken Piper, for a $5 super chat. Super chats, do they give you good luck on the build? Don't know about that. I'm not aware of any. I'm not aware of any. I'm going to say I'm not aware of any. Everybody I know who... Yeah, no. Not a 20 by 20. SP Racing Micro for real? For real? H7 Nano? What did the guy who did the 3-inch octo use? Oh my god. Oh my god, you're right. Holy crap. Chat. Saving my bacon. The SP Racing H7. What is it? H7 Nano. Does it. Wow. Thank you, chat. Saving my butt. Well done. Should have known Dominic Clifton would do that. So we're going back to Pierre with his problem with the S-Bus receiver on the B-Brain. Where did you solder the S-Bus? Yeah, no, that's the correct answer. I was already set up as an S-Bus receiver. I can only have this rudimentary picture. But that's the Crossfire receiver. Unfortunately, that's a Crossfire receiver. For an S-Bus receiver, you can't assume that pinout will work. I think the best thing to do is to contact Newbie Drone support, as they will have the most up-to-date information. Where's a pinout for this stupid flight controller? They don't have a pinout. Newbie Drone has poor documentation a lot of the time. They have good support, but poor documentation. Where should I hook an S-Bus receiver on this flight controller? Do they have inversion on this UART? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Moving on. 14 messages to go. Gayton Clinton is his JB Xylo build is falling out of the air. It's going to static when he does. Yeah. Goes to static. So it stays. The video stays on while it's spinning. That's a good question. Does the video stay on while the quad is death rolling? That would tell us whether it lost power. Peter Walker has a GEP-RC Rocket Plus. He's trying to update Betaflight on the board. The firmware update got halfway through and stopped. Now I have to use the bootloader button to get it to connect. When I try to update it, all I get is a red light on the board and a red light on my Crossfire receiver. The firmware update will only get to halfway, and then Betaflight closes the USB port. Hi, Peter. I don't think that you bricked the board by trying to flash it, but the fact that now the firmware update only gets halfway through and won't complete isn't a good sign. Can you try flashing the FC on a different computer? Yeah, that's what I would do. Download the hex and force load. You think? Maybe. Daniel Maiorino sent me $25 saying I can't get my DJI goggles to activate. Can you help me out? No. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't have any information about how to make it work other than what I've shared, which isn't working for some people. So I appreciate your donation. Also, sending me a donation and leaving your question in the donation note is a terrible way to get in contact with me because I don't have your address handy. So thank you, but I can't help you. Bummer. Jaber Abaloshi says, I suggested he got the tiny trainer. No. The tiny trainer is a build-it-yourself kit. I do know a guy who will build it for you for a price if you're interested. Wait, he wants a training drone? A tiny trainer's a good training drone, right? Quad fail-safed, huh? Yeah, so this guy had a fail-safe. He thinks he has problems with the quad, like the tuning, but so the issue is, why did it fail-safe? Yeah, why did it fail-safe? Do you think it was related to range? Does it happen regularly? Yeah, if your quad is fail-safing, your issue is not related to your tune. This frame will change the way you think about frame design, says Chris Rosser. I know most 5-inch frames bore you. They look the same. They fly the same. This frame has been designed based on thousands of CPU hours. There's lots of bold in this message to let me know that I should read it in marketing voice. This frame has been designed based on thousands of CPU hours of computational modeling and simulation to greatly reduce vibration, increase stiffness and strength, and minimize weight. If this has piqued your interest, please keep reading. I am an aerospace engineer with a specialization in computational modeling. I'm also an FPV pilot. Over the last few months, I've applied the state-of-the-art finite element software I used for work to the problem of designing a kick-ass 5-inch drone frame. I call it the AOS 5, and I'd like to share the results with you. I'm just emphasizing the bolded parts of this message. I finished the initial design and prototyping, and I wondered if you would be interested to see the design. Oh, my God. 100-gram 5-inch frames. It's twice as stiff as the TBS Source 1, stronger in crashes, still under 100 grams. All right, show me the frame. Show me the frame. Oh, I see. This is a mass email. I see. This is a BCC or something. No, it's not. It says hi JB. It feels like this is a copy paste. Please reply to this email and let's get the conversation started. The tone of this email alone makes me not want to reply. It just feels like this is going to be a very annoying relationship. I'm sure he's just trying to be catchy. Hi, Chris. I'd love to see some more information about your frame. There you go. 8 messages to go, guys. This is the message from Paul Miles, who has super, super old hardware. And I told him I basically couldn't help him. George Dodds says, thank you. I answered his question on stream yesterday. 6 to go. Saruv Vaishikyar wants to enable all pins from 5 to 8 on a NAS 32 for aux channels. How can I do it? Basically, I want to use 4 servos, but on my board at pin 7 only, it's available servo. I am using Betaflight configurator. I don't think I can help on this one. Hi, so Rav. Unfortunately, the NAS 32 is so old that I don't really think I can help you figure out how to do what you want. I don't want to sound like I'm blowing him off just because he's using old hardware, but like it won't even run Betaflight. Like, what does it run? Betaflight 3.1? I don't even remember how you set up servos on Betaflight 3.1. I have no idea if you can do what he wants to do. So I just have to back away. I don't think I can help with this one. David. Would flashing the RxSR in CPM mode fix the problem? No, I don't think the RxSR can do what you want. You want a PWM-based receiver like the D4R2 or the X8R. Is it the D4R? Not the D4R2. The X4R2 or the X8R. Lord Primate says, my videos are a beacon in a deep, dark tunnel. I'm new to the hobby, purchased a bunch of parts, put a few clouds together to fly. Having more fun building at the moment than flying. The reason I'm emailing you is I was building an 80mm frame using an HDLRC 16mm stack. I've built one and it works great, but I ran into a problem updating Betaflight. Opened Betaflight, held down the boot button, plugged in the flight controller, COM4, firmware update, load firmware. My hand slipped as the bootloader initialization started. I dropped the drone. Betaflight froze. Nothing happened. Now only one LED lights up and it's red. My PC no longer recognizes the flight controller as a USB device. Hi. The first thing I would check is if you hold down the bootloader button and plug in USB, do you see DFU in the pull down menu where the COM ports usually are? That's the first thing I would check. He's trying to flash. Let's see if we can go from there. Pickass 1988, thank you for €5. Thanks for helping Weird Pierre in your emails. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a good song. That was a good song. What song was that? I was liking that one. Let me look. Where's my playlist? Here we go. Was that song? That was. What was the last song? History. Yeah. Was that Celebrate Life Radio edit? Or is that what's playing now? No. Was that one? Yeah. I'm gonna heart that one. All right. Now we'll go back to Flare. All right. That was a good one. All right. Home stretch, guys. Lord Primate. Oh, that's great. Lord Primate, excellent. Hit send too soon. Okay. That one's done. That one's a thank you. Done. I want to see. This guy can't get having problems with the receiver. He's got the receiver bound, but he's trying to get... Okay. So we got a picture here of his wiring. What freaking flight controller is this? What flight controller has he got? He bought a CL1 Sharkbite quad. What? Is that the Hobby Wing stack? The wiring looks right. I can't tell. All right, I'm going to pass on that one for now. What if two pads get soldered together? How do I fix that? How do we fix a solder bridge? Just swipe the iron between the pads with no solder on the iron, and it should clear the bridge. Okay, done. Let's see. That's all the unread messages. I still have more messages that I have read but not answered. Let's get them out of the way. Ben Morgan says, I currently own a set of EV800Ds. Is it worth upgrading to the Cobra X or S? Hi, Ben. The Rapid Mix module in the Cobra goggles is much better than the module in the EV800D. I think the X is a worthy upgrade. Done. No gyro. This is Keith Alstrom, who had no gyro on his flight controller. Oh, no more progress. Just an update and a thank you. So done. This is the person who's trying to scam me. We'll delete that. This is a video I'll watch later about two senders with one receiver. This is Robert Jensen is trying to... Oh yeah, I said I'd get that one later. Yeah. None of the flight controllers She can let you choose. Okay. Stefan Berger is annoyed that DSHOT 1200 is gone. Hi, Stefan. Betaflight has dropped support for 32 kilohertz sampling and DSHOT 1200, as the dev's opinion is that it causes more problems than it solves. Boom, done. Done. All right. All right. I think we're done. All right. I think we're done. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And maybe I'll see you again another night. But that's going to do it for now. I'm headed to bed. Good night, everybody. 0 inbox. Woot! It'll all start again tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Bye, everybody.